We had a little problem in our shop, and that was a storage issue.
We've had it for a long time.
We have, actually. And so what we had is this A-frame cart where we stored all of our sheet goods and piping and a whole bunch of other random things that always ended up there.
It was a monster. It was a good idea in the beginning because we needed something to like handle all our sheet goods. We needed to handle all the piping that we cut. We needed to handle all the 2x4s. Cutting, we're testing tools all the time. And we needed a place to store all of that material. And so in the course of doing this, we thought, what if we stored our sheet goods vertically? And what if you could do all that while taking up less than a 4x4 area space?
And that's kind of what spurred this is we wanted a workspace. We wanted a place to be able to actually do work. And this was something we were looking at using a corner. And so also in using a corner, we can access it from kind of 2 different directions or 3 different directions, sort of, because it's in a corner and it's radiused the way we did this. But the other thing that I really liked is this idea is that I can handle the sheet goods by myself. It's easier to now go through and pick out what I want, pull out the one sheet that I need, and also, as we cut things up, we can put it back in the same rack because the rack is designed to hold full 4 foot wide all the way down to narrower goods as well.
Let's start with the list of basically what you need to build this thing.
It's some 3/4 inch plywood, so you need a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. That'll be your floor and also your top. And then on the sides, we're gonna build walls. And so we're gonna need some 1/2 inch plywood for that. So 3 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood.
Because it's taller than 8 foot by the time you get on top of the platform to the, remember you gotta put 8 foot sheet goods inside.
Yeah, so we gave it about 3 inches of extra space. So you have enough room to actually slip that material in. But also that additional sheet of plywood, we cut in half and use that as reinforcing on the back side as well, just to make sure we keep it all nice and stiff, because it is a lot of weight.
Yeah, the walls are made with 2x4s.
Right, so the walls are 2x4s, so I think we bought 8 2x4s. And that was 7 of those were used for the walls, and then we used 1 2x4 on the bottom in building the base.
And we built those sideways.
That's right, we laid them sideways so we minimized the thickness of the walls. And when you see us doing this project, you'll see that the walls are built with the 2x4s turned sideways. Just less space. We want to utilize as much floor space as we could for storage. And as far as the base goes, because we designed it to fit with a pallet jack underneath, now you don't have to.
You don't have to, you can make it you build it right in place.
Right. So what we did is we built it with a 2x8 frame on the exterior of it, and then on the inside we used 4x4s on the top side. So we have a really rigid cross member, 2 cross members actually. So when we use the pallet jack, we can press against those and pick up the entire assembly. And then we reinforced it further with that other 2x4 that we purchased.
So there's a lot of reasons why this is going to be really, really helpful if you are constantly moving materials in and out of your shop. It's, I think it's just one of the greatest things. It just takes up so much less space.
Yeah, I think the space gain that we get for it, the feeling of organization, there's nothing worse than a shop that's disorganized, not being able to find what you need when you need it. And that was happening a lot where we'd have to sort through that pile. And now it's just walk up to it, grab what we need, and we're ready to go. A lot less time, so we can be up and running very quickly.
Yeah, so the process of building it, very, very straightforward. We started with the base.
Yeah, started with the base. What we did is we actually, I think we caught this on the video. We took our 3/4 inch piece of plywood and cut it in half, stacked that on top of each other, and then we cut a radius from one corner to the other, so it has a 4 foot radius on the plywood. So that's the front facing side. And then what we did is after we cut that radius on there with a jigsaw, we drilled our holes where the piping was going to go. That way we knew top to bottom, everything was going to line up when we separated the parts.
Yeah, and I apologize because I think we lost the first few steps of building this.
We got excited.
We got excited and just started working, and then we should probably film this. But the bottom line is, you've probably done, if you're used to woodworking, you've done radiuses before. If you haven't done it before, just pop a screw in the corner and grab a piece of string and tie that to your pencil. Go ahead and make your arc at the distance that you want, and then that's what you're going to use your jigsaw, as a guide to go ahead and cut. So you're going to do that. That's one thing we did. We did a separate arc for where we were going to put the holes for the pipes.
So they were equally placed, and I did that where it was 10 inches in from the face of the arc. I just offset it so that it wasn't right at the very edge. I wanted the pipes in just a little bit from the edge so that when I had smaller sheet goods, I had a place where they could stack in there easily without being kind of lost in the mix.
Yeah, and the reason we radius the front, now again, some of the structure underneath obviously is using angles, it's not radius, but the reason we structured is because if you imagine, walking up to this thing, it's already in a corner, you don't want a hard corner in front that you're going to hit all the time. Right. Obviously, we also wanted the ability to put a pallet jack in, so we needed that front face underneath to be, at least 18 inches wide to get our pallet jack.
Some people might be wondering why we just didn't build in dividers. And there's a reason for that. The reason we went with a piping divider is because we didn't want to clog it up with individual slots, which one, takes away from storage, but two, it sort of limits you, and even cleaning. Yeah. Now I can take an air nozzle or a blower and blow it out really easy and everything would just come out. Yeah. Versus if I had a bunch of individual dividers, I'm kind of limiting myself in my storage options.
Yeah, Tom was able to actually walk inside when we were down and squeeze between the pipes. I mean, the whole area is wide open, so it's very nice and very easy. And you don't have rules on how you're going to store stuff. You may want your wider pieces on the outside, you may want them on the inside. It's a little easier on the inside to have clearance.
Yeah, we put our bigger material in the middle, our full depth material, our 4-foot material, and then as we went towards the outsides, that's where our cut down pieces went.
So we built the top and bottom, and we built them on top of each other.
That's right. And then after
we drill once and cut once.
And then that was all set. We flipped over the base, and then we laid out our 2x8 frame for the bottom. Now on the front, because we did a radius on the front, we had to do a little bit of angle finding to figure out what angles we were going to cut the face with. One, because of our pallet jack and the way we're going to do that. And it turned out 15 degrees worked about perfect for most of our cuts with a miter saw. And we built our base and then screwed that piece of plywood to it. And that kind of secured that whole assembly together. And inside that base, once we had the outside of the base built, we built out the inside, where we added the reinforcing with the 4x4 down inside, the 2 4x4s inside, and then the other additional 2x4s to strengthen it.
And it'll make sense when you're laying this out, because you'll see that the 4x4 going across in those two spots gives you, for our purposes, gives you a pallet jack positioning for you, the structure that you need to go ahead and lift that whole thing up. And again, we lifted it up fully loaded.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure it just stayed rigid on the bottom. So we were interested in rigidity. Now, if you're building this without pallet jack option, you could build the base with 2x4s. You wouldn't even need a 4x4, and you could build it just straight on the ground. And it would sit in your corner, and you would never move it. But we did, just in case we're like, well, just in case it's a little floppy, or we feel like we want to make sure that we can secure it to something, we added some horizontal blocking right in the midpoint of each side of the wall. Yeah. That way, we can go ahead and locate our studs and secure it to studs if we wanted to.
That's right. So we have the ability, not only did it give us an anchor point for the outside plywood to adhere to at the top for these half sheets that we put on the outside, but like you said, you could go from the inside.
We can put a couple screws in if we had to. But it turns out that after we built it, we loaded it up, lifted up with a pallet jack, moved it a little bit. I think it's going to be fine.
And it was fine. Yeah. I mean, we had no issues. So after that, I think the last thing we did, we put the top on.
We put the top on, just screw that down with the 3-inch drywall screw, or the 3-inch deck screws. Yep. And then we put our pipes in, which we fed from the bottom, put the flange on the top, and then lined up the bottom pipe.
Yep. And then we put a couple screws in each of the flanges
so it can't pull them out.
Yep.
And then that was it. I mean, it was actually pretty quick build. Actually, it wasn't anything.
Yeah, and when you look at the final product, what you see is incredible functionality. We did not build it for beauty. You could have built it out of 15 ply birch, or
we could have sanded all the edges,
sand it down, paint it,
or stained it.
You do you. If you want to make it prettier, you're gonna easily make it prettier than what we did. But in terms of functionality,
it's way better than what we had before.
So much better than anything else you'll ever use in a shop. If you can spare a 4x4 space, you want to build this thing because it is going to save you room. It is going to make it tons easier for you to pull your sheet goods in and out. And it just stores a bunch of stuff at various sizes.
The only bummer is, in my shop at home, I only have 8-foot ceilings. Right. So this is something that will work where you have something that's at least higher than 8 feet. You need a 9 or 10-foot ceilings in order to make this work, just because you need that additional space to fit that full height 8-foot material.
That's right.
That's the only drawback here.
Yeah.
But for a lot of shops, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, I think it's a great solution. I think it's something you should check out. I would really value your feedback. Have you seen anything like this before? Is this something you think you're going to go ahead and tackle? And really, if you find any ways to improve our design,
absolutely,
leave a comment. I mean, if we missed something big or obvious, let us know, because we can add that into the notes and make sure people have that. We'll go ahead and list a parts list also in the notes below, so you'll have access to that. And anything else we can put in there that's helpful.
If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do that so you don't miss out on our next video. And as always, thanks for watching.